Meanwhile, the federal government has reacted to the impeachment ultimatum, saying it is working around the clock to address security challenges. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, made the comment after the Federal Executive Council meeting at the State House in Abuja. He also described the threat by the terrorists to kidnap the president as propaganda.
Some of the measures we are going to take are not measures that you can discuss, openly here. But we are as concerned as you are. We're not going to abandon our responsibility. As to those who have issued threats to Mr. President, I think it's more propaganda than anything. It's laughable. As to the resolution passed by Senate, as rightly said, it was passed when we were deliberating. But we thank them for their patriotism and their concern, but we have already, we are working around the clock, 24 hours, to ensure that Nigerians are, the situation is brought under control.
Joining us now to discuss Senators' attempt to impeach President Buhari and likely fallout of the bid is Senator Victor Umeh, who is a former national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, and the Labour Party candidate for Anambra Central Senatorial District. Great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. Well,
thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you so much. So let's begin. We actually spoke with a member of the judiciary yesterday, and he expressed his opinion, saying that this threat by the senators is an exercise in futility. Do you share that opinion?
Well, let me say that in Section 143 of our Constitution, elaborate provisions were made on how a president or vice president may be removed from office. And if you go through the provisions of that section, you will notice that wanting to impeach the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not a tea party. It's not something you can just wake up and begin to nurse the intention of doing. To that extent, the person you spoke who said that it will be an exercise in futility will be looking at the cumbersome things to be done to be able to achieve it. If the president is alleged to have committed gross misconduct, there are steps to take to remove the president. One thing that you must do if you have the intention to proceed in that direction is to assure yourselves that you have the requisite numbers to see it through. Because when such notice is presented to the Senate President or the Speaker of the House of Representatives, as the case may be, they will be required that each chamber of the National Assembly will have to vote, first of all, on whether the allegations should be investigated. If the members vote, they must be able to achieve 2/3 majority of the members of that House, or the Senate, or the House of Representatives, before the allegations can be investigated ab initio. So looking at it, you will begin to ask yourself, the way the Senate is presently constituted and the House of Representatives is constituted, will those who want to get the president impeached, will they be able to muster the 2/3 majority of passage of that motion that the allegations against the president to be investigated? Because that's the first hurdle. If they don't have the number to get that motion passed, either in the Senate or in the House of Representatives, and in the present case, both chambers it will be distraction of the greatest degree for people who cannot muster the two-third majority to get the motion passed to investigate the allegations of misconduct, to begin to make noise that they want to remove the president. So this is the Herculean task ahead of them. And looking at the House or the Senate, the way they are presently constituted, it is doubtful that they will achieve the two-third majority envisaged by the Constitution in Section 143. Because when they go through that process, then the President of the Senate will now convey the resolution of the National Assembly to the Chief Justice of the Federation to empanel people who will look into the matters or the allegations against Mr. President. So moving from one stage to the other, I can tell you that they will not be able to achieve it. And for me, looking at what is happening, this is a president who is going in less than 1 year from now. And from what they said, I heard them say on television yesterday that they have given notice for 2 months. What are they giving notice for 2 months, of their intention to move against the president? So they're not serious. That's the way I look at it.
All right, Herculean task it is, Senator Umeh. This impeachment call seems to be the equivalent of a no confidence vote for the president, which is certainly damning. But the issue is that insecurity is out of hand in the nation. It seems the ball has been dropped numerous times, and the onus is now to give him 6 weeks to figure out something. I know the end game is to improve the conditions that we live in within our country, especially security-wise. But first of all, is 6 weeks even a reasonable amount of time to do anything?
That's why I'm saying that they're just playing politics with this threat to get the president impeached. The issue of insecurity has been here for a long time, and too many people have been killed in Nigeria as a result of the growing insecurity here. I was part of the 8th National Assembly, 8th Senate, and almost on daily basis, issues of mass murder and killings were brought to the attention of the Nigerian Senate. And we discussed them at that time, and between 2018 and now, so much has happened, to the extent that even the seat of power, which is Abuja, is also not safe at this moment. So there has been a growing thing, and they didn't do anything. At some point, I remember in one of my contributions, I called for the sack of the service chiefs in 2018. It never happened. And the Senate glossed over it, and the National Assembly glossed over it. Things had gotten out of hand for too long, and the National Assembly did not do anything. At this point, that the election is just by the corner, some people are now saying they want to impeach the president to give an indication that they are serious about the problem. It's not true. What is facing Nigeria today is a very, very serious issue, security of life and property. If they had wanted to move against the president because of his failure to address this issue, they would have moved long ago, more than 2-3 years behind. Election is about 7 months away, and suddenly you want to impeach the president as if it is today that the security situation degenerated. It is something we have been living with for how many years now, and they didn't make such move. That's why I'm saying that the present move is only political. They want to be noticed, maybe to give the impression that the government has failed. Yes, the government has failed in providing security for the citizens of this country. But if for any reason they want to seek a positive action from the president, they would have started doing this long ago. I don't see what this president can do with these few months left for him to solve this problem. The thing has reached dizzying height many years now, and nobody did anything. So instead of dissipating energy, trying to engage on a voyage that will not yield any result, I would think that what Nigerians are interested in now will be the type of president they will have in 2023. People who can, somebody who can address these problems. Because this president has tried his bit. Somebody said he's tired, he's fatigued, and that what he should do is to go back to Daura. I don't think that's what they should do. What they should have even done would have been to ask the president to resign. If they had gone through a process of calling on the president to resign, so that his vice will step in and try his bit for the remaining months left in the administration, it would have been better to listen to than for them to say they will remove the president. They will not be able to remove the president. Let us focus on the things to be doing, sensitizing the electorate, mobilizing them towards coming out in 2023 to make a better choice. The government has failed in addressing security issues, and those who are part of the government are jostling to succeed the same president. We're not going to get anything better.
To briefly interrupt you. You believe
Yes.
that the senators are playing politics,
Yeah.
but there are some that believe that the senators have woken up from their slumber because now the terrorists are threatening the political class. Do you agree with this?
No, they are waking up from their slumber too late in the day. The grievous harm has been done. And if they want to say they want to impeach the president, will they be able to achieve it? That's what you told me, that somebody you spoke from the judiciary said it will be an exercise in futility. Before they start the process of serving the president impeachment, they've given him 6 weeks. You know what 6 weeks is now? It should be around September ending or thereabouts. Then you now give him notice, proper notice of misconduct, and they start going through the timeline to get these things done. What muscle do they have to be able to achieve it? That's what I'm saying. It's not that things that have happened do not necessitate extraordinary intervention. But what I'm saying, it is too late in the day. So let us focus on the forthcoming election and think about how to get Nigerian citizens to know what the issues are. People who have held the country down for this long should not be seeking a renewal of this mandate, which they have. This is the critical thing. If we're not thinking about how they will be voted out democratically, then we're not addressing the problem. We need to focus on the forthcoming election and give Nigerians a new lease of life. We need a new leadership. And those who have contributed in bringing the country down should not be jostling to succeed this president that is about exiting. It will not give us any leeway to solving our problems.
Thank you so much.
If you look at the recent killings we have had, yes, the recent killings we have had, they didn't say, the National Assembly didn't say anything. When the terrorists went to a church in Owo and killed over 40 persons, they didn't say anything. You know, they've been killing people like that all over the place. They didn't remember that they will impeach the president. So now the election is about 7 months away, and the opposition are thinking about moving against the president. They've slept for too long.
Thank you
Let us
so much,
manage
Senator.
and be prayerful to God that by next year we'll be able to have a credible president who can address the problems.
We appreciate your analysis, Senator Victor Umeh. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.